story of the Firestone Tire and Rubber Company of Akron, Ohio, begins in 1900. By the Roaring Twenties, the company was a household name, and Harvey Firestone had become one of the top industrialists of that gilded age.
There are few people who realize the importance of rubber and what it means to our commerce and welfare.
With its auto industry booming, the United States was consuming around 70% of the world's rubber, most of it imported from British colonies in the Far East. Harvey Firestone was determined to find his very own source of rubber.
And I urge upon the United States to get relief by investing in a country under their own control. This can be accomplished in Liberia.
Liberia was ideal. The country was an ally of the United States. It had a large untapped labor pool and miles of land for planting rubber trees.
The 90,000 acres was divided into 45 divisions. Each division having hundreds of trees, about 12 feet apart by 15 feet apart. So you had 8.5 million rubber trees, all in rows.
In 1926, Liberia offered Firestone a chance to develop up to 1 million acres of land at 6 cents an acre.
The Liberian negotiators were not knowledgeable about these things. So Firestone got the deal that said they would ranch huge.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from the slumber. Stop. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping. I gotta whip my smoke, yeah? Okay, let's go. If people lie to us, the government betray us. They get lost, they get stiff. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that let us do a lot of damages. We tired with that push they put in D, and now you need to deceive us. Until we saw it frustrate us. So why does you lie? Why does you steal? Why does you allow the citizens to be? We just tell you. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping. I gotta whip my smoke, yeah? Okay, let's go.
And those who use wars to motivate themselves, like people like us and others, we say it's better late than never, right? Electricity, all of these issues. The reasons why we are beginning on a late note tonight, but it's better late than never. And so we are back, we are on. We were off, but we are on. And we should drive you straight up to 10 o'clock tonight. And let me say a very, very pleasant good evening to all of you across the country. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you in the diaspora, our friends, our fans, our followers, our critics, and even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them. It's good to have all of you joining us tonight on this edition of the show. Today is Tuesday in Morovia. It's the second day of September 2025. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. A lot to talk about, but tomorrow tonight, we're trying to create a space, as always.
I'm telling you, brother.
And somebody say, oh, with all day, you know the party as a chief. All day, the UP as a chief. Oh, day Joe Braga has achieved. Braga has done well. Let's look tonight into the well that Braga has done. Let's set the stage for the Unity Party people to call in tonight and tell us what they have achieved within the period of 2 years.
Nothing.
Tagunje is saying nothing. But for us, we want to know, what have you achieved, Unity Party people? So you invite Unity Party people tonight to the platform. Let them come here. Let's fellowship tonight. We need them to tell us what they have achieved. And we are going to do this for the next 25 minutes. And this segment will run straight up to 10 o'clock. And at 10 o'clock, we were able to lay our hands on the tribute paid by D. Twan William Mason. An interesting piece. He paid a tribute on behalf of the people of San Diego County, particularly the Grisby family, at the funeral services of former Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Sylvester Grisby. And so we're going to play you that interview and build our conversation around it today. We told you the family members are angry. They are disappointed. They believe that their family member Sylvester Grisby was undermined. If you listen to the tribute by D. Twan Wilson, you will know exactly what we've been telling you, that the man was killed, he was harmed, he was fought.
What the government betray, they have enough for time, but instead they delay, people suffer. No work for people crying for hunger.
Obviously, we will provide you update from the coast today.
Your mission, your intention to the nation is you got nothing to show, nothing.
What transpired today at Criminal Code A,
Government should lie, why?
as always, interesting.
The people fool us. The people laugh us.
So yes, this is the size and shape of the show tonight. Look into the tribute paid by D. Twan Williams. D. Twan Wilson, sorry.
The people fool us. The people laugh us.
I'm just missing Williams and Wilson and all of that. It's actually D. Twan Mason. Mason. D. Twan Mason. So you folks, you come and tell us what you guys have achieved within 2 years. We want to know, because every day you say, oh, you're lying, I want name, oh, we not achieve. Do you hear always that, oh, Joe Braga, the president is not in charge, the president doesn't know what's happening around him? Do you hear that? What? Tonight we will tell you why you should not listen to that challenge and irresponsible statement, or believe that the president does not know what is happening around him. The president knows exactly what is happening around him, and we are going to tell you why we believe that the president is aware of what is happening around him, and the president must take responsibility for everything that is happening in the country. And stop making excuses that he doesn't know what is happening around him. For too long, we tend to shift blame on the cabinet ministers and leave the president, who is supposed to be in charge of the country. If he's not in charge, then let him resign our job and walk away back to Wasonga, the same way he came to Morovia. That's the message we have for Joe Braga tonight. We'll take a break shortly from our sponsor. We'll come back. We'll run into our discussions tonight. This break.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime unfolding, don't take law in your hands for the right authority. That it can't take your law in. Crime stop right for us. In the sector to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a you must talk enemy, you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. My part of the Stop the people bringing safety to your door. Stop it, cry and make it peace for them before. Stop Liberia from the center to interior. Keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us. Stop the people bringing safety to your door. Stop it, cry and make it peace for them before. Stop Liberia from the center to interior. Keeping us safe, let's stop it, crime for all of us. My brother, God can bless anybody.
Win big today with Win Liberia on Freedom FM. Yes, for just $100 Liberian dollars or 50 cents United States dollars, you can win from 4,000 Liberian dollars up to 10,000 Liberian dollars. And for $200 Liberian dollars or $1 United States dollar on Japa days, you can win from 15,000 Liberian dollars, 50,000 Liberian dollars, 100,000 Liberian dollars, and up to 1 million Liberian dollars. For these amazing prizes, dial *255*1#. Again, dial *255*1#. The more you play, the better your chances. It's Win Liberia Cash Giveaway on Freedom FM.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks to all of you for joining the show tonight. It's good to have all of you joining. Invite others to join the show. Do not be selfish. Let's run into the list of those who are joining us tonight on the show. Like we said, tonight we are dedicating our first segment to the Unity Party people. We want them to call in and tell us what they have achieved within a period of 2 years. Let's hear from them what they have achieved as a new government, even their old government in power. So Henry, welcome to the show. Ambassador Wanton Bushu Morgan Jr., welcome to the show. Stephen Yakadi, welcome to the show. Shaklon Chaz is also joining us tonight. Claudia Allison has joined us as well tonight. Welcome all of you. Terry Coney is following. George Flomo has joined us. Samuel Lewis is joining the show tonight as well. Gawi Danielson is also joining the show. Honorable J.D. Williams, Esther G. Place has also joined us. Jala Jackson is following. Timothy LTA has joined us. Samuel Momo is also following. And the rest of the folks, all of you, welcome to the show. Via monitoring us via the radio as well. Those of you following us via our online radio, via YouTube, Facebook, all of you. It's good to have all of you joining us tonight on this edition of the show, the second day in the month of September. And it's good to have all of you joining us. Yeah. So on today, the defense lawyers are representing all of the. Before we go into that, let's talk about the cash scheme. Yesterday we didn't have the time. Today we don't have the time. So we will spend small time talking about tonight's Wese Wasa campaign. So all you have to do, just make sure you have $50 Liberian on your mobile. Just make sure you have $50 Liberian, yes, on your mobile money account, or its equivalent in US dollars is 25 cents. Like I said, tonight is Wese Wasa campaign, and we are paying $5,000 to our winners tonight. So if you have $50 on your mobile money account, or its equivalent is 25 cents in US, you are qualified to play the game tonight and walk away with 5,000 Liberian dollars. All you have to do, just make sure you dial *255*1#, and then you send. When you send, two options will appear before you. Option number one will be asking you whether you want to play in Liberian dollars, and option number two will be asking you whether you want to play in US dollars. Whichever currency you want to play in is optional to you. You can select your choice. Other choice number one is LD. And option number 2 is USD. You send, and then you enter your Lone Star Cell mobile money password. That's all you have to do tonight. It don't happen today. Today I watch an incident on the bridge, the old bridge, what we call the old bridge now, the Fatan Bridge. A vehicle was caught by fire. The vehicle burned beyond repair. It was so unfortunate. I imagine how the owner of that vehicle is feeling tonight. And so we thought it was important enough that we sympathize with the person. We don't know the individual. We have not been able to identify the individual, but we thought that it was important we sympathize with the person, the individual, or the individual family that owns the vehicle, or what are the individual business that owns the vehicle. But it was so sad today. And so the BBC is reporting that in Burkina Faso, the parliament has voted to outlaw homosexual acts. Outlaw. That means it is illegal. It will not be accepted. It is not binding. It is not acceptable in that country. It will be illegal. It will be illegal. You know, somebody say you do. We're gonna outlaw mayors. So it means you're acting outside the law. So it will be outlaw to they voted to outlaw homosexual acts. And they said Burkina Faso's unelected transitional parliament has passed a bill banning homosexual acts a little over a year after a draft of an amended family code that criminalized homosexuality was adopted by the country's cabinet. The new measure, unanimously voted through on Monday, imposes punishments of up to 5 years in jail and has become part of a broader crackdown on same-sex relationships across the continent. Justice Minister Edaso Rochigwe Bayala announced on state-run media that the law provides for a prison sentence of between 2 and 5 years as well as fines. Unquote. He added that foreign nationals caught breaking the law will also be deported. So the next step for the legislation is obtaining the signature of the country's military leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore. The Reuters news agency reports. So yes, that's it. In Burkina Faso, they have enacted a law. The parliament has passed a bill into law, making it outlaw, illegal, impossible, unacceptable to practice same-sex activities in that country. And they went further to say, once you are, or if you are a foreign national, if you live from Liberia or Guinea or America or China, and you go to Burkina Faso and you are a gay or a lesbian, don't carry a gay or lesbian business there, because if you are caught, you will be deported by the government. Okay. So on today, freedom. This is why it's being reported on Freedom FM page from the court. And our judicial reporter, Jara Morris, who we're going to speak with tonight. This story was written by him. Defense challenges key evidence in capital fire trial of former Speaker J. Fonanti Kofa. It says defense attorneys representing former House Speaker Councillor Jonathan Fonanti Kofa are calling for the dismissal of several critical pieces of evidence in the ongoing Capitol building fire trial, citing serious procedural flaws and alleged coercive tactics by investigators. The defense team argues that the prosecution failed to maintain a proper chain of custody for key items, including surveillance footage, mobile phones, and a gasoline continuum purportedly linked to the blaze. According to court filings, these materials were not adequately documented from the scene to the courtroom, raising concerns about potential tampering or contamination. In a follow twist, lawyers claim that some evidence were obtained under duress by agents of the National Security Agency, the NSA, rendering it illegally inadmissible. Evidence extracted through intimidation or without proper legal safeguards cannot be allowed to stand, unquote, one defense attorney stated during Monday's hearing. The evidentiary dispute adds a dramatic layer to a case that has already captured national attention. Kofa, a prominent blah 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 figure. So yes, that's what they're reporting. So let me try to break this down. What Freedom FM is reporting on her page. So basically, according to lawyers, because I am not a lawyer, I will become one probably 3 to 4 years from now, but I am not a lawyer now. So what this person is saying is that what transpired today was basically that the defense lawyers, meaning the lawyers representing the lawmakers along with those arrested, they argued before the court that some of what they presented, the materials the state lawyers presented, considering evidence or considering to be evidence, they argued that some of the materials were extracted from the alleged perpetrators under dubious or illegal circumstances or conditions. For example, they argue that some of the recordings they say they have or text messages they have, they said the phones of those they own the phones, the owners of those phones were subjected to torture. In some cases, the owners of the phone claim that they were tortured by officers or personnel of the National Security Agency, and that under our practice, evidence that are gathered under dubious or illegal means cannot be adduced or accepted or admissible in our courts. You can go steal some of the phone, you open you conquer the person, you blowing the person, open your phone. The person open up because the person password is a privacy. To have access to the person phone, it has to be through the court process, and the court has to subpoena your phone and all of that. But that was not done. They went torture people according to the defense lawyers, asking them to open, in some cases, enter their passwords in their phone or show them the password, and then they enter they apply the password and enter the phones of some of the alleged perpetrators, and they extracted information from their phones, conversations from their phones. And under our jurisprudence, is illegal and cannot be admissible. Why is that? On our laws, the burden of proof lies on the accused. So if you accuse me of doing something, it means you can't ask me to give you evidence against myself. So you can't come to me, beat me, torture me, ask for my password, on a direct. I call my password, then you open my phone, you take conversation from there between me and Jean Peter or me and other worker, then you carry in court. So the question is, how did you get the evidence? I tortured the man. The man said you tortured him to get evidence. What's the source of this evidence? We took this information from Kara phone. Huh? But Kara phone had password. How did you get the evidence from his phone? How did you get his password? So these are the things that the defense lawyers are contesting. For example, there were times where they said they saw conversation between, I think, Tom Edry and Eric Susie or something like that. So how did you get that conversation? Because they were beaten and tortured, according to them, at the police headquarters, and they were made to give their passwords to the police officers, and they entered their phones and took conversation between Eric Susie, for example, and Tom Etheridge. So the defense lawyers are saying, no, this is not how civilized judicial systems, extract evidence to go to court. If you claim that you have evidence and overwhelming evidence, you must acquire those evidence on a legal procedure. They must be legally bounded. Anything outside that should be nullified or not acceptable in court. So this is what the lawyers want to argue today. And we're told that the lawyers, after the arguments, we're waiting for the judge to rule within a couple of days. Like I said, the man presiding over the case, nobody in the country should trust him. He's compromised. He's working for the politicians. He's working for the Unity Party. He's working for the executive, for the president. He's taking instruction from the legislature, from the majority bloc in the House. He's taking instruction from the executive mansion. And so, hey, anything can happen in this case. For me, that's how I will conclude anything about this case involving Funanti and the rest of the other folks. Anything can happen. There is a conclusion already. There is a decision on the president desk to ensure that Funanti and the rest of the other folks are found guilty. It's already on here. That's the decision. They have instructed the court to do anything they can do to make sure Funanti is guilty. They have instructed the court to do anything to ensure that they say anything you can do to ensure that Funanti and the rest of the other folks are guilty, no problem, you do it. But I want him guilty. That is the marching order that the executive mansion has issued. I want him guilty. So don't trust Roosevelt Wade on anything. Don't be surprised tomorrow or day after tomorrow he will accepting or denying the motion for dismissal filed by Funanti concerning or regarding some of the evidence, some of the mess or the crap or the trash they submitted calling evidence in court. Don't be surprised. You don't have a decent, a clean justice system. You have a messy, a nasty justice system. And the judge has a questionable character to the extent that even the defense lawyers have questioned his independence. They believe that he's been biased in most instances. As such, he should recuse himself. So the fact that the defense lawyers do not have confidence in the independence of the judge, obviously, I can stand and tell you he's compromised. He's compromised. The people's case he's presiding over, they say the man who trust him, he's compromised. So yes. So the executive now, the judge is working for the executive mansion. In the morning, he goes to the executive mansion and have breakfast and drink tea with Baka. In the afternoon, he goes back to the executive mansion for lunch. In the evening, he goes back to the executive mansion, or he goes home, he stop to Joe Baka house for supper. What do you get out of such a judge? Nothing. So all we can do now is to Gafan say we should pray for the economy. Everything depends on God. For that thing, gotta give everything to God in prayer. And because once there is already a decision from Joe Baka on the desk of the judge to ensure that for that they are guilty, he's not going to do anything. He's going to ensure that they are guilty. So don't trust him. Anything. Because, mind you accuse Austin, you are supposed to have evidence to prove that Austin actually offended you. But you go back, you hide and say, you steal Austin's phone. Then you carry Austin's phone. The phone got password, you can't open. Then you come back. You say, you're going to arrest Austin. Have it armed. They go there, arrested him. Taking the carry Austin for investigation, but they carry him to torture him and asking him to open his phone. So the man who is accusing him can have access to his phone to extract information from his phone against his will. If you want me to testify, if you want James Brown to testify against Austin, you're not supposed to torture James Brown. You are supposed to negotiate with him. So you torture me, To give you my password, I give you my password, you take evidence, then you want to quote. And I tell you, Austin insulted me. That's the evidence here. Where is this evidence coming from? A text message here. I said, they think coming from Austin phone. But how can they think coming from Austin phone and not in your phone? You say, my phone got on time, and if my phone is set on 24-hour delete. So you lost the evidence, the insult that Austin sent you. But you know it in Austin phone. So you go steal Austin phone, or you call Austin for investigation, then you torture him and ask him to open his phone for you to get the text that you say he sent you. That's the case. So the lawyers want today to argue against those evidence or those pieces of materials that were submitted by the state lawyers that they consider evidence. I don't consider them evidence. I consider them a bucket of trash, a bucket of mess, a bucket of nonsense, a bucket of filth taken from the backyard of Joe Braga and brought into the courtrooms, demanding the judge to consider them evidence to adjudge guilty those who are accused by the state. And this is wrong. This is not democracy. This is not politics. This is illiteracy. This is sheer stupidity. This is childishness. This is harmful to our democracy. And if we cannot stand up against these negative vices that are pulling out and spilling out from the executive mansion, from the veins of a vindictive president in Joe Braga, straight down into the courtrooms, we are not going to have anything called country in the next 1 year, because we're going to lose our reputation. We're going to lose the talent, integrity that President Salif helped that President Salif build and Joshua helped to Joshua maintain. Yes, you listen to President Salif blasting Joe Braga and his people, how they're doing everything to undermine this country's peace. They're doing everything to reject efforts that are being made to reconcile our country. Now this is what we are. All the witnesses are coming publicly to say they bribed me to testify against Fonati. They bribed me to serve as state witness against Desi Sibu. Everybody coming up to say the same thing. We have to be careful as a country, folks. Today, we're having a conversation, some colleagues and we're like, oh, La Viva Peace and George Weah may not talking. I said, just should tell God, thank you that George Weah is not talking. And all of us should tell God, thank you that George Weah is not talking. Do you know how disastrous it's going to be the day George Weah decides to start talking? The way people in the UP are talking every day, running their mouths. If George Weah, a major opposition figure in the country, the biggest and most popular opposition figure in the country, decides to talk every day, because when we are talking, he's not just coming to criticize. He's going to issue a decision, an instruction. Every time Weah speaks, he's going to conclude his speech with a mandate to his followers. The Americans are aware that George Weah is responsible for the level of peace that we are having in this country, because he is not speaking. He's playing his football. He's making his tour across Africa and Europe and the Americas and Asia and all of that. He's leaving Joe Braga to run his country in peace. They're the ones targeting George Weah and his CDC. It is, yes, they are still wearing silence. They are still wearing tolerance. That's why this country is peaceful, because Weah is silent. The most singular reason why Liberia is peaceful is because George Weah is silent. You saw the country we had under George Weah, because Braga decided that if he does not win the election, he's going to do everything to ensure that Liberia come to an end. You saw that they started protesting in this country and calling for We Are to step down. Way back in 2018, they started planning We Are step down campaign. They refused to give We Are a chance to lead, to govern. Yet, and still, he governed well in the country and allowed them to have that will, because he retaliated in an aggressive or robust manner, or in the manner they are retaliating or reacting to protesters today. Trust me, Liberia will be fighting war today. If George Weah and his security forces have reacted to the Unity Party folks and the UL students and the teacher and the supplementary teachers and the part-time teachers, whenever they take to the street to protest, if George Weah under his government was reacting in the manner that the UP people are reacting today, this country will not be called a country anymore. But now, maybe you calling me General Austin because I say I get my betu. Right? Because we're not going to sit down and allow one group of people to think that they have control or monopoly over violence. So all of us are going to take arms. But because there is a man called George Weah whose tolerance is so high, way up at 99.9%. That's why we are still enjoying peace, enjoying the foundation that President Sirleaf laid for reconciliation. Yes, I can tell you, Eddie left a country well reconciled. Yes, I can say that. George Weah came and increased the percentage. He reached out to everybody, even though some opposition people were so angry with him, but they started to understand, who is this man? I'm angry with him. I'm not giving him ears. I'm not giving him attention, and he's still coming to me for us to interact. He reached out to all the leaders in the CPP, all including Joe Barker. He reached out to all of them. And even after election, he still went back to them, reached out to them. That's why this country is peaceful. So Joe Barker is the reason for too many things in this country, and that's why I said to you, when I hear people saying, "Oh, Barker is not in charge of the country," that's a myth. That's a childish joke. That's a childish joke. Now I'll tell you why. Like I said, I will tell you why it's a joke. To tell me that Joe Barker is not in charge will state reasons why you should be convinced that Joe Barker is in charge of this country, but he decides to be irresponsible, reckless, and careless, and weak, and laissez-faire. That is why the country is running the way it is running. Not because he's not in charge. It's because he's being irresponsible and careless and reckless with the governance process of our country. Who told you Barker is not in charge? He's in charge of the country. He knows exactly what is happening around him. But he's messed up. If he see that Kemal left foot. That's why the country is messed up. Not because he's not in charge. So before we tell you why, let's conclude on our in-house, and then we'll move into our main discussions. There's this other recording from Fonatico that I like to play. So that's the case, right? So that we'll wait for the judge to rule. Let's see whether he will listen. He will uphold their request to disqualify some of those trash recording evidence. So this will set the basis for our conversation that Barker is not in charge of the country. This tribute from D. Twanwole Amazing. It's an intriguing one that I will need all of you to listen to. An intriguing one that I need all of you to listen to. So as we're playing this recording and you're listening, like we said, today is Whistle Wasa, and we're paying $5,000 to each of our winners tonight. And so all you have to do, just make sure you have $50 on your mobile money, $50 Liberian dollars on your mobile money account, or its equivalent in USD is 25 cents, and you are qualified to play our cash, Win Liberia cash campaign. And what do? You dial *255*1#, and you send. When you send, two options will appear before you. Option number 1 will be asking you whether you want to play in Liberian dollars, and option number 2 will be asking you whether you want to play in US dollars. Whichever option you select, you send and you enter your mobile money password. Listen to D. Twanwule Mason's tribute at the former Minister of State funeral in the US. All our folks were there to pay tribute. I know Cummings pay a tribute. They have the tribute here, but we do not have time to pay. To play the tribute pay by Alexander Cummings and other dignitaries who other famous and popular Liberians who were there. But let's play you this tribute from Eugene Twanwule Mason.
I also speak for the people from Sino, especially from Grisby Farm, who, since the news of Grisby's death was announced, these people have not stopped crying. They continue to cry. And we all join them at a time in our world where pomposity and big shotism characterize those who have hardly attained a high school certificate. Grisby, whose academic and professional achievements are outstanding, yet he lived a life of humility and self-effacement, of good character, and of selfless dedication to his duties and responsibilities. When he was called by President Boyka to assume the high post of Minister of Presidential Affairs, Greg relectus omnibus, leaving everything behind. He pursued his calling with decisive promptitude and wholehearted devotion. That was Greg's trademark. An indefatigable worker during the years that he served our country, Greg hardly knew a single day of rest. Many were the responsibilities assigned to him as speechwriter in the presidency, research officer at the foreign ministry, ambassador to the European Union, superintendent of Synod, first minister of state for presidential affairs. Perhaps it was Greg and folks like him that the American poet had in mind. Longfellow, the American poet, wrote, "The heights of great men and women reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they while their companions slept were up and toiling in the night." That was Greg. Quite unfortunately, in recent times, Greg was the victim of outlandish accusations and downright lies by elements that were not his equal, either in character or intelligence. But this is not surprising. If you have read the book, The Decline of Greatness by the American author, again, Arthur Schlesinger, he tells us that it is in the nature of greatness that it makes little men acutely aware of their depravity and reminds them of the sterling qualities they solely lack: character, intelligence, moral strength, and compassion. That is why these moral Lilliputians and political pygmies, they're always trying to bring the great man down to their own debased level. But Greg never gave credence to these accusers, their irritatingly vacuous and asinine stories. He took the advice given in Proverbs 26, verse 4. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him. Well, in the crucible of time, history is already eroding those lies and exposing the perpetrators. As our people.
and exposing the perpetrators. In a period of time, in the history of time, or he said in the period of time, history is already eroding those lies and exposing the perpetrators. Who are the perpetrators? I need you to listen keenly. Who are the perpetrators? And I'll make some revelations here tonight. After or at the end of this recording, I'll make some revelations here tonight after this recording. Now that Grigsby is dead, we can say some things. We can say some things. But listen to him.
When the tide goes down, we shall see who is swimming naked.
Did you hear him? When the tides go down, we shall see who is swimming naked. Is it like that's a cool parable? Those of you who are cool, I'll open the line for you to call just 1 or 2 persons to tell me what's the meaning of that parable. It says it's a cool parable. Yeah, so let me care about small. So yeah.
Already eroding those lies, and exposing the perpetrators. Be a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him. Well, in the crucible of time, history is already eroding those lies and exposing the perpetrators. As our people in Sino say, when the tide goes.
Yesterday, I was telling you, President Sally spoke as a wise woman, and she communicated a message about reconciliation, right? Due Mercy is communicating something tonight. And we are going to play this recording every day on the show. Due Mercy is talking about history eroding the lies that were being told against Grigsby and exposing the perpetrators. You know that the perpetrators of lies against Grigsby cannot come from the opposition. You know that, right? Because nobody in the opposition wanted to be Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Nobody in the opposition wished to be Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. So you know who Due Mercy is referring to. You know the individuals that Due Mercy is referring to. History is already eroding those lies and exposing the perpetrators. The perpetrators, those who were perpetrating lies against Grigsby. You know what Due Mercy is talking about? There were people in the executive mansion that were leaving the executive mansion and distributing information from e-mansion to people, to propagandists and journalists to publish against Sylvester Grigsby. We know that. And Due Mercy is aware. That's why he is speaking now. It's telling us that, hey, the perpetrators are now being exposed. Who are they? They are in line, begging, prostrating to be Minister of State. That's the message Due Mercy is communicating to all of us. But let's listen to him. Those of you who are cool, he's about to use a parable. I will open the telephone lines to take 2 calls or maybe 3 calls for someone to tell me the interpretation of that parable.
We shall see who is swimming naked. History is already eroding those lies and exposing the perpetrators. As our people in Sino say, when the tide goes down, we shall see who is swimming naked.
We shall see who is swimming naked.
Greg.
Let me pause it there. Let me take 3 calls quick. Cool people, you're coming quickly. Let me 3 calls. When the tide goes down, we shall see who is swimming naked. Cool people. Due Mercy said this is a cool parable. So I need 3 calls from only cool people before I continue with the playing of this audio. So just 3 persons. What's the interpretation of that message? 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. If you're a cool woman or cool man in the diaspora listening to the show, call us on +231 886 500 104. Let's hear this person first. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening.
What's your name?
I'm Teddy Davis.
Sorry?
Teddy Davis from Barnesville.
Teddy, go ahead.
Davis.
D-A-V-I-S?
D-A-V-I-E-S.
D-A-V-I-E-S. Teddy Davis. Let's hear you. Are you from Grand Creek or Sano?
I'm from Sino.
Okay. What does that parable mean?
Now, when the water is spreading, you go to the water side where the river is and the tide is high. Those who live near the sea. And when people are in the water, you see how the water is almost maybe to their neck.
Yes.
Okay. Now you don't know whether that person is dressed or naked.
You sure?
So until the tide begins to go down, then you see the water is low. This people is beginning to see, but this person is not having a shirt. And so that is what happens.
So from the traditional standpoint, what does being naked represent? What's the explanation for being naked?
Naked in a sense is an expression of the true color of people.
Okay.
Within a community or a society.
Mama, you are a literature person? No, I mean, I see. I mean, I'm listening to your choice of words and the structure and the yeah. I don't know what to say. How to put it, but I mean, you want my admiration tonight. Your explanation. I wish I say I'm not taking one person. You have been my only person. But again, thank you, David. Thank you, Teddy Davis.
Thank you. I'll be a follower on True FM on the show every time in the morning, in the afternoon, every day. Austin.
I appreciate. So let's talk to the next person. Two more persons. But Teddy Davis plays it rapidly. Let's see what we can take. Two more since we already announced TV callers. This person, let's hear you. What's her name? Come again? Jefferson who? Jefferson Kiamu.
Yeah.
Which part where are you from? Sano or Grand Crew?
Grand Crew.
Do you agree with what Teddy Davis just said? Oh, we lost the person. So we just need somebody to one or two persons. If we can get a call, time is on our friend. We'll move into our conversation. Let's move into our discussion. Like I said, Teddy hit gadget don't misbehave.
Well and right. President, may the angels and saints come to meet us. As our people in Sino say, when the tide goes down, we shall see who is swimming naked.
Who is swimming naked?
Greg lift well.
Now, the tide, TIDE, is a representation of the height of the water. So, say you say in Sano, I know Sano doesn't have pool or many pool and all of it. So we just use the river, as a reference, saying that Sano parable or stuff. So the tide represents the height of the river, where the river stops at the moment. So when you go in that river, you're swimming, but some people will take all that clothes, some people will be wearing clothes and all of that. But he's not actually referring to the physical clothes. He's referring to attitudes, to behavior. He's referring to conspiracy. Those who are doing bad things or good things under the water, shady things under the water. So when that water left, everybody swimming. The water going down small. When the water goes beneath the initial tide, then some people, maybe the water will stop at their chest, their neck. The water starts stopping there. Some of them at their chest, some at their stomach, some at their waist, some at their thighs. Then you get to know now who is swimming naked. And Teddy Davis plays it rightly. That's exactly what I wanted to hear from the caller tonight. The interpretation of nakedness in this context. Tron William Mason was only telling all of us tonight that when the right time comes, those who were undermining Sylvester Grisby, those who were fighting Sylvester Grisby, those who were fighting to ensure that Sylvester Grisby is destroyed, now he is destroyed today. Drew Mason is telling us that when the right time comes, all of those people who fought to destroy Sylvester Grisby in the executive mansion will be exposed. We'll know who the good people and who the bad people were. We'll know who the conspirators were and those who were providing comfort for Grisby. That's exactly what Drew Mason is communicating. Now, not only that, but by communicating this, the inference is that there were people in executive mansion. Drew Mason and the Grisby family believe that there were people deeply rooted in the executive mansion that were conspiring to destroy Sylvester Grisby, because I said this to you and they are aware. They are aware that Grisby was in charge, was the main charge, and they did not want him to be in charge. They did not want him to be in charge. They did not want him to be in charge. He was in charge. That is why today Momaka Belete is exposed for attempting to steal over $80 million US under the shady deal of procuring hundreds of yellow machines to bring in this country. They are exposed. They are aware. They were fighting him because they did not want him to declare all of the meetings that they were inviting their drug sellers, drug dealers, and their black money people in the executive mansion to meet Joe Barker. So they got angry. The gun traders that they are friends with, like the Goma from South Africa. So Momaka Belete them were angry. They were extremely, desperately angry to see him destroy. Drew Mason and other family members are aware. If they were not aware, Drew Mason will not be telling us when the time comes. And that he is beginning, or they are beginning to see those people going further to say, when the tide goes down, we will see and know who was swimming naked. The swimming represents the action that was being taken to fight, to destroy Grisby. So he said, we see who was swimming naked, who was swimming in the conspiracy, those who were organizing the conspiracy against Grisby, those who were implementing the conspiracy against Grisby. When that water runs dry, or when the water goes down, we shall see. We all will see who are those swimming naked in that pool, or in that water, in that river. We see them naked. And you want us to believe that a sophisticated family like the Grisby will come publicly to accuse people in executive mansion of conspiring and plotting to destroy Sylvester Grisby to the extent that today he's dead? The very things that we have been saying today, the family members believing. I have 2 screenshots in my phone from the nephews and nieces of Sylvester Grisby. They went to Facebook and posted under a post made by, I think it was Kula Fofana or somebody. They went under that post and admitted again. They said they killed their uncle. They said it under that post that they killed their uncle. Their uncle was killed. Let me put all the posts, you see, and read it for you. Right. Do you missing Westmore? Westmore, do you missing? Your message is across. Let's go. Let me put all this post quickly. Oh, where is the Recent. Okay. Just a I got it. Oh man. Oh. Yeah, don't worry, I'll put it on. You know, I do these things are plenty in my phone, so I'll get it. The people say your kid at uncle. Eating the train in here, sense. Train your kid at uncle. Where's the screenshot? As soon as I didn't fry that the screenshot, so you can imagine how many documents pass. Let me go to this. I have to pull this out. Okay, let me see whether I can get it from here. The translator, yeah, the kid, you're finna kill your uncle now. You're already certified. You're certified. You're finna kill your uncle. Where are these screenshots? Oh, you're finna kill your uncle. You're certified. Something is not. Camera. Recent. I'm not. Okay, yeah, pull it off of me. Try pulling it off of me for NASA. Let me see. So while the guy trying to pull it off on NASA, let's move on to something. So, folks, that's the point I intended communicating here tonight. Do Mason pay a tribute? But the conclusion of the tribute indicted the government, particularly the executive mansion. These guys are evil, and these were the guys who were running all around accusing the government of killing Mobutu Yimpan. These very guys. But nobody from the Yimpan family ever came public or in corner to say their pa or their uncle or their brother or their uncle or whosoever was killed by the government. Nobody. Today, you see, God does not sleep. These guys thought only in CDC government that a government official was going to die. So once a government official dies, that John will kill him. John will kill Mobutu Yimpan. John will kill Pati Yenswa. John will kill auditors in this country. Here we are. They want to happen right in the executive mansion. Right on Joe Baka's shoe. That way it happened. On his shoe that they play happen. It just happened there. Pati Yenswa was killed. Pati Yenswa was pronounced dead upon arrival at the hospital. They said Samuel Tuay killed him. Mobutu Yimpan was killed. Mobutu Yimpan got fear of in this country. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Boom! They said Nathaniel Maguire killed him. Auditors were found dead in vehicle here. They said, oh, that Samuel Tuay killed them because they were auditing them. Today, in their own government, and an auditor died under Joe Biden regime. They say, oh, the man died in a mysterious death too. Mysterious death. They say, oh, that natural death. We say, oh, so should we say you killed the auditor? They say, no. That's how you do me, I do you. Boom, Sylvester Grisby. Direct in the executive mansion, the family say that you killed the man. You can't turn her. I think there was a Mika press conference today, because I know Tuesdays and Thursdays are their days they hold press conference. We not hear nothing here. We see nothing. When will the government respond to the family? Do Mason has added his voice. They wasted my husband's body going back to your evil place. No government official from your place. We can't stay all my husband. They can't be releasing sweet words when you're feeling killing him. He's not going back. The other news bar, that one by my mother is that one here. I'm putting my mother there. The other one I'm putting my mother there. But I'm putting my mother there. The people say your kid, I mean, Joe Biden, open your mouth and turn her. Open your mouth and talk. They say your kid. People, they all conspire to kill him. To kill Grisby. Can you imagine? Your turn down. A photo of your mouth, you can even talk rack. That why Eddie keep on radio and cost the hell out of you. Say you must shut your damn mouth. Because you're too illiterate and just running all around the place with pettiness. You were so petty. People, death is natural. Everybody that died in honor from 2018 to 2023 that Joey killed them. Everybody. All the people who died, Joey killed them. They're all the people in here. Joey and his woman were bringing jobs. You can't hear on the hand. Boom, you follow your mouth, follow your pocket, follow your trouser, follow your bed, follow your house, follow your car. You can't do anything. To the say, government officials say junk is being sold in the executive, in the judiciary, and in the legislature. Even there, in the very DA, his daughter was caught. He said, release that girl. I hear calling me daddy, release her. That's our conversation tomorrow. We'll have the recording. We're going to play that tomorrow. Imagine the deputy DEA boss is instructing a subordinate to release his daughter. Put on the phone. She on the phone. Yes, daddy. You. I hear her call me. She call you daddy. Release my daughter. Caught. Red-handed. Trading drugs. They say release her because she's his daughter. He followed their mother. They can't do anything. That's why I said I really wanted to open the lines tonight. That UP folks call in and tell us what have they achieved. What have they achieved? Now I will conclude on this note. With Bagana in charge. Y'all listen keenly. And the reason why I decided to introduce this conversation is because you go to some places, even some of the folks who say they are independent analysts, they say, oh, the president is not in charge of the country. The president is not in charge of the country. The president is not in charge of the country. That's a blatant lie. When would this old man be in charge of the country? He was vice president. He said he was an Oka Pact. He was a vice president and said he was an Oka Pact, and they should give you the chance to say, he said, if you want to test a racing car, put the car on the track. He said he was a car pact. He was not on the track, so he was not allowed to race. The tail all said, put his own set on the track. Say, go now, go wrong. He can't do anything. Now he's telling us he's not in charge. And he wants us to believe that he's not in charge. His cabinet members want us to believe that he's not in charge. And other people who call themselves independent analysts want us to believe that Joe Bagger is not in charge. Constitutionally, Joe Bagger is supposed to be in charge. Our laws are tailored in a way it compels the president to be in charge. If the president cannot be in charge, it means he should step aside, carry himself back to Wasonga where he came from, and let's run our country here. Do not accept any explanation or justification from anybody who tells you that Joe Bagger is not in charge. Joe Bagger is supposed to be in charge. Joe Bagger must be in charge. So as far as you're concerned, he's in charge. Let me tell you some of the reason why Joe Bagger is in charge. And they're lying to you that he's not in charge. Because he's underperforming. He sleeps every day. He forgets everything that he discusses today. That's why he's implementing nothing. When he holds conversation today, tomorrow he forgets it. Nobody is there to remind him. So they're doing nothing. That's been running all those years. Yes, year in, year out. Now they want us to believe that he's not in charge. This man is aware that the vehicle he's riding is changed. He knows that the seat he was sitting in before, the car he was riding before, he knows that the fleet of cars have changed. Joe Bagger is aware that his convoy has increased. He used to wake up in the morning and see more smaller cars. He wakes up today and see many cars. He knows that. Joe Bagger is aware that the old shoe that he used to wear to a heart before, old shoe laying that he used to wear, he's aware that he is not wearing those old shoes today. In the morning, he wake up, his shoe, he put his shoe, he see the shoes, they are new. He is aware that he's wearing new shoes. Joe Burger is aware that the BB Ome bigger trousers than he used to be wearing. He's not wearing no BB trousers again. No Dugan Flair trousers. Joe Burger was wearing Dugan Flair trousers. He's aware that he's no longer wearing those Dugan Flair trousers. Joe Burger is aware that the shirts he's now wearing customized shirts. All Burger shirts got his initial on it, JMB. He's aware that the clothes, the old shirt that he was, BB shirt that he was wearing those days, they didn't have his name on it, his initial on it. He's aware that the shirts he wears these days, they are all customized with his JMB initial on them. He's aware. Joe Burger is aware. He knows where food is taken from for him to eat. I will not say that for national security reasons. I will not say it. I will not call the play. He's aware what they take food from for him to eat. Joe Burger is aware that a woman was frying pepper kala and roasting cassava and plenty in her yard. Today, he's aware that she's no longer frying kala and roasting plenty and cassava in his yard. Joe Burger is aware, 100% aware, that the house, the old dusty up house that he was living in, that was not even painted, that he could not even afford electricity. Today, he enjoys 24-hour current. Joe Burger wakes up, he sees the room that he currently sleeps in is upgraded. The bed changed. Everything in the room changed, expanded. The living room says everything changed, expanded. Dining room, everything changed, expanded. The yard, crossroad, everything in the yard, paved, well laid out and everything. Burger knows all these things around him have changed. How the hell you want to come and tell us to believe that the president is not aware of what's happening around him? Oh, he's aware that he's not wearing BB trousers again. He's aware that he's not wearing BB shirt again. He's aware that he's not wearing Dugan Flair again. He's aware that he's not wearing the used clothes from America that used to be sitting in Barado. He's aware he's not wearing them again. He's aware that the fleet of vehicles you're using, the car that will bring him to work in 2024, they have all been changed. He's riding new cars. He didn't have farm to go to in Bombay. Now he's aware that he has a farm to go to in Bombay every weekend. He is at tell people, I'm going to the farm on the weekend. He's aware that he got farm to go to. He's aware that when the car goes on the road to a farm, it used to be shaking and all of that. So he told the people to do the road. The people did the road. He's aware that the road is fixed. And when it comes to the governance of our country, then you say the president is not in charge. And they want us to believe the bull crap, this childish joke that the president is not in charge. Who is supposed to believe that Joe Burger is not in charge? Oh, are you guys suggesting that this man's 48 or 49 years experience has done it? In TA? That he's lost consciousness? That he's no longer alert of anything? Then a further exacerbates the problem because it further compounds the problem. Meaning, Joe Burger should not be president. He should step down because he's not aware of what's happening around him. That's what it says to us. So anybody who tells you the president is not in charge, he's not aware of what's happening around him, tell that person, then tell the president to step aside. Resign. Because he's supposed to be in charge. If a president is not in charge, then he's a useless president that should not be in the executive mansion. But he is supposed to be in charge. If the president is not in charge, as been insinuated or suggested by those around him or those of his cabinet ministers or his supporters, then it means to have a useless president that is not supposed to be in the executive mansion. But if he's in charge, then he must stay strong. He must wake up from his bed and start taking some stern actions and decisions in our country for us to see real-time change, real-time adjustment, real-time progress. We are seeing nothing. We've seen nothing. Here the road the bridge-to-bridge project, it is stalled for the last 2-3 months. Nothing happening there. Nothing. Just nothing happening. But the president eats every day. The president seeks medication every day. The president is not concerned about his health. That even in the country, we have a president, yes, we have a president that is more concerned about his health than our country. The country is sweet, juicy to the man. The man doesn't like anything anymore. So he won't no pain. Even at a waist, he doesn't want pain. He doesn't want to leave the milk behind. The man drinking and sucking and licking milk all over our country. Yes, he's drinking and sucking and licking milk all over our country. So he doesn't want anything to happen with his ear or his waist or his toe or his knuckles. So he's enjoying our country. If somebody tells me that the president is not in charge, the president is not in charge, the president is not in charge, then what the hell is he doing in the executive mansion? An SS package? A liability to our country? Our country has rescued him instead of him rescuing our country? An old major that has brought liability on us, milking for our taxes, and enslaving our people into poverty, with the Ministry of Labor doing nothing, and the Ministry of Information going to defend their nothing, and the Ministry of Justice is strangulating people who are opposition forces against the government, denying them justice. And you open the Monrovia Central Prison to critical voices, and you celebrate when somebody says somewhere right and tells you you're the 10th most peaceful country in the world, and in sub-Saharan Africa, and you celebrate that as an achievement. You celebrate that as an achievement. It's a shame to Joe Barker. It's a shame to, in fact, Barker is a shame to himself. That's the first thing. Joe Barker is a big shame to himself. And a bigger shame to the Effort Baptist Church. And the biggest shame to the Baptist Convention in this country. I say it. Joe Barker is a shame to himself, a bigger shame to Effort Baptist Church, and the biggest shame to the Baptist Church in Liberia. He brought a liability to our country. He communicates nothing. He says nothing. These guys were crying around here. Oh, Joe, we ain't talking. The country like this, Joe, we ain't talking. The country like this, Joe, we ain't saying anything. What is Barker saying? What is Barker saying? So I conclude on this note for a joke. You know how many used to say, how many from the UP used to beat on George Weah for refusing to reshuffle the government. Within the first year, the guys were calling for reshuffle. 1 year gone, ministers and managing directors are underperforming, and the president is not even thinking about reshuffling his government. The second year came, 2 years gone, the president has still not said anything about reshuffling his government. In the first year, the minute wonder we had to reshuffle. So I asked my other man, I said, let me ask you, yeah. All the noise they were causing about you gotta reshuffle every year. The first year gone, you gotta do a performance appraisal and reshuffle or replace some people who didn't perform, underperformers. 1 year passed, my man. So if Barker decides to reshuffle, either you or some of your men might not be in the government. They might reduce some of you from head of entity to deputy, or some of you from deputy to assistant, or some from assistant to deputy might get promotion. Some of you might drop. Do you want that? Because if the person is reshuffling, the person is not swapping. He reshuffling his government on the basis of performance. So if a minister or deputy or assistant or managing director did not perform, you can take him for here and saying somebody send an honor performer to another entity. Obviously, that honor performer has to leave. That honor performer are his or supporters or followers, the few people that they took along with them in the job, and all of that. And some of them, who that you appointing UP people. So you dismiss them because they didn't perform and go back to the party headquarters. I said, are you waiting for this? Are you prepared for this pressure? This is a political decision. To reshuffle is more political than administrative, especially to change presidential appointees. Then it was wrong. Weah was reckless. He was irresponsible. He was careless because he did not reshuffle in his first year. He didn't do any performance appraisal to reshuffle in his first year. Braga is closing in the second year. He has not thought about reshuffling his government. Should we say that Braga is reckless and useless and irresponsible and careless too? Because he has not reshuffled? Should we say the same to Braga? Should we look at the number of honor performers in the UP government? And the president has done nothing to say, let me just reshuffle the government. Let some of these people go rest. If this man is truly concerned about rescuing this country, there are people in this country who should not even be heirs of entities. But they're there. Braga said, where corruption is heard of, actions will be taken. Second degree una corruption, la corruption King Kong. Because it's mixed with theft. And all because all law firm wrote LNP to investigate a managing director in his government. The law firm, Johnny Momo law firm, is serious, a big law firm in the country, wrote the LNP cataloging all the criminal activities that this single duplicate member are committed. So we want you to investigate on the basis of your finding. We will go to court. The police say will not investigate. The police, they say we will not investigate. Braga say I will not take action. The LCC say we will not do anything. We will compromise. He's still in his position. Recently, the GSC conducted a performance report or audit on the consolidated funds for 2024. Released the report. Where is Boma Kamara? Boma Kamara was Minister of Finance. Where is the guy who acted as minister before Gafar took over, Anthony Meyer? He's still at the Ministry of Finance. Where are they? They are not being held accountable. But Braga said where the funds were misapplied, funds were unaccounted for. People who took decisions that led to the GSC findings are still in the country. The government is tight-lipped. They can't say anything. Every day they're fighting amongst themselves. Every day they are fighting amongst themselves. That's CSA. CSA said they saved $32+ million. Nobody can account for the money. Ministry of State said they saved over $13 million after they dismissed seditions of people they perceive to be seditious. They said they saved over $13 million, but they cannot pay employees on time. Where did the money go? They don't keep their own money. The money goes to the consolidated account. But the government still says she's broke. Companies are alleging that they are alleging that they go through harassment from government officials. Our labor sector is a mess. Today they said they were breaking ground for the overhead pass, and there were casual workers there at the Ministry of Labor protesting. So I need the UP folks to tell us this is what we were able to achieve. I really need it. It's important. Because we've been around. We can see the achievement. We can see what they're talking about. So since we have like 11 minutes, let's open the telephone lines. Seditions versus Army forces, United Partisans. Let's open the telephone lines for the next 10 minutes. Let's call and see. Seditions, tell us what you remember that George Weah achieved in your 6 years. UP folks, call us and tell us what you have achieved in your first 2 years. Let's hear them. Like Eddie said, all they do every day is to take actions that will undermine reconciliation in the country. Actions that are dividing the country. And that our politics is terrible. That's why she's sick of it. Even though you can't take every word she says, you know. Let's hear this person. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining the show. This is Freedom Hard Talk. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening. How you coming on?
God is money us. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, let me say thank you for the show. And I hope to do your best. Thank you.
Okay, that's what it meant. You didn't call to say thank you. Okay, let's talk to somebody else from this now. Let me bring this now. This line, because Masisi will open the line. She say, oh, we don't get telephone line for women. So 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 are the numbers to call and be a part of the show. Let me see whether this WhatsApp number is activated. +231 886 500 104. Let me go to this dashboard. So yes, while we're taking call, let me be checking the dashboard and see where we are. While we're taking calls on 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. While we're taking calls, let's see how our dashboard is performing. Good evening to you, my dear brother.
Good evening, my dear brother, and how are you? First of all, I want to say, can you text me your mobile number, money number? I want to say, just a little thing, so at least you can buy gas for the car.
Thank you. Right? Go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, but you already got my number here, so at least you can get back gas. I don't want to call my name so you people get no. All right. So let me just say this, Austin. Let me tell you something. Our country is divided, and then when we say it to people, even our brothers that are in government, thinking that when you come out and say the truth, they will let you go off your job. But I think the peace and stability of our country, they order us living together as brothers and sisters, and start blinking and blinking the other people on the other side, because they are not for you as stupid and crazy people.
Yeah.
That English that the United Party members are always use, even under your post. There's a guy who come under the post and say, see, these are stupid people.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine that? So these are living better life, 5 years better life than some of them. You go and read the person who said that message. If you go and check the place, let me say, accept the thing. You don't even have food to eat. I'm telling you. But you will look at the other man, you blame, you look at, you say, he's stupid. You know what I mean? For you to see God creation and say the stupid? Something wrong with you? Is that a democratic country? And then you still think that person, you finish telling me, say, I'm stupid, but I'm going to leave from where I am, I come to you. When I enjoy being with my other side. So, but the leaders of our country, the president is so hateful and wicked. Dangerous old man. The most dangerous and wickedest old man. Look, if Joseph Boakai had become a military man and took over as a for the government, my brother,
you don't going to happen in the country.
If Joseph Boakai is so wicked, the only reason why you think Joseph Boakai is not hunting and shooting people down in the street of Monrovia of Liberia is because we said democracy. But
even the democracy, the man is not respecting the democracy.
He's not respecting it.
Let me tell you something. I say this to you, right? If George Weah was aggressive, if George Weah decides to be aggressive as the UP was in opposition, what you just said was going to happen. State security was going to use, we're going to shoot on site.
People in the street. Look. Today I was listening to KOK, and then this boy called Noah Zoy, the deputy director for MTA. He said the meeting, who did you meeting in government? Do you know how many person you fire in government? Do you know how many person they let go? Over 1,000 that let go, and then you set it down that you want praise. I mean, it's just a deception. But you know why? Liberia, we are learning the hard way. Next time before we take decision, we know. Just look at Joseph Boakai. You can know he's working with the devil. That woman is wicked and dangerous. And God will never bless him here and children. There will be catastrophe upon Joseph Boakai and his children. God will never bless him. God will continue to destroy Joseph Boakai. Joseph Boakai will be destroyed. The day Joseph Boakai died, his grave will catch on fire. They might carry someone and bury him, but we will break his grave. I'm telling you something. That woman is wicked and dangerous. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Let's talk to the next person on this side of the line. Good evening to you. Let's hear you quickly. Go ahead. Hello? Good evening. Oh, we're not getting this person. Let's try this number from this end. Hello, let's hear you. What happened to my telephone again? Let's see if we can take these calls in 6 minutes to go home. Okay, this person, let's hear you. Good evening to you. Sorry. We went the wrong place. Hello? Okay, I think I have to restart the phones. The network's all dropped. All the network dropped on the phone. Okay, this person from here. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Okay, you're live. Let's hear you.
How are you?
I'm fine. Go ahead.
Hello, John. How are you, sir?
You are live. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
My name is James Boy. I'm calling from Sema Machari. Thank you very much for your discussion. Yeah, but I'm proud, sometimes we don't have been saying the things over and over. Dying. Now it has came that come to reality now. Look, now we are in a serious mess.
This is Austin. This is Austin. This is not Abu.
Yeah, we set it up because we told the people that back in the man see who deal with the devil. That's a person happy deal with the devil. Until you call that word devil, it means someone is evil. I will tell people I will not tell my brothers and sisters. We shouldn't vote for their democrat man who is coming to power. You know when you come to power,
Thank you. Next person. Let's hear the next person. Thank you. Next person, go ahead. Hello? Okay, we'll go to this line and talk to this person here. Good evening to you.
Yeah, Mr. Kawa. Good evening to you.
Good evening to you, my brother. Let's hear you.
My name is Chief before Jani, calling what you should 30 visa Dakota community.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much for your talk about this news. Mr. Kawa said was doing comparison between the government and the pure government in the past 2 years who achieved more than friends. I said John Williams, government in a 2 year period achieved more than Zanzibar. And also the challenge that occurring Mr. Kawa, I'll explain Mr. Weah. because to all the difficult to la brand present to the score. Because yeah, Joseph Baga was 40. That two can be 40. Lara, it was you la drop. I get a weapon. The weapon in case Joseph Baga use it on the lab brand.
You carry Baga to hospital, eh?
Exactly. I know you are in library, so all our great politicians are got ill, all party close our honor. He gave Joseph Baga weapon, and the weapon of Joseph Baga on him.
Thank you. John, we are giving Baga weapon. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Hello.
You're live. Please go ahead. From Mike GB.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
These people just pull up 419. If you don't rescue the company, you will support the last people. It was just a tool, they were not taking it to be rescue, but it's better for us to go out there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're telling the people, but they did not listen. So it was better for us to see, notice, or experience it for ourselves. Now that we are experiencing it, let's take more concerns here. What do you think? Joe, we are 2 years. Joseph Baga, 2 years. Good evening to you. Let's hear you, my dear friend and brother or sister. Hello? Hello? Hello?
How are you, my brother?
You're live on the radio. Go ahead. You are live on the radio. Go ahead.
Yeah, Lawrence Gay.
Oh, no, I'll talk. Let me talk to you after the show. Okay. Okay, folks. That call is so important. That's. Let me take this call. Let me take 2 more calls. I'm not talk to that guy. Oh, gently. Good evening to you. Go ahead. Edmond.
Yeah. Thank you, Austin. You know, it's not much.
Edmond, you know what? Edmond, you know what? Edmond. Since you on WhatsApp, you online, you get data. Let me talk to this person now. I'll take you after this call.
Okay.
Thank you. Right. Good evening to you. Go ahead, my brother. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening, Austin.
You're live. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Austin. This is the voice of Samu Rasta. Austin, I'm doing this more important conversation from Prince to be exactly Zimbabwe.
I'm coming Zimbabwe tonight.
Austin, you are welcome. We're Zimbabwe. We're waiting for you. We're not sitting for your business. Austin, I'm going to tell my people that we're not.
No, that Friday I'm coming there. That Friday.
Austin, you can't compare. But Austin, let's do it anyway. The coach came here, the coach came here, you better wake up, rescue comprises a responsible operation that usually involves a saving of life. So also you can't rescue and you can't save life. You can't rescue or save and people be dying for coach, the people be dying for job. You get water sparkers, die. Hey, Austin, what kind of rescue is it? Rescue, I won't ask you that spiritual rescue or physical rescue.
That was Songa Rescue. The mega rescue is said.
The emperor went at the 6 when 16 down to 17. What did the Bible say,
Go ahead.
The Bible says there are 6 things that the Lord hates. There are 6 things. The Bible says 1 million 7 is an abomination to God. The Bible says lie. God not lie. Anything God can lie. That's what made the Bible says the thief does not come and death to steal you, and the God devil can lie. And everybody who says with the devil will be with the devil. They are liars. Thank you, Austin, for asking me.
Thank you very much, Edmond Carr. Go ahead.
Yeah. Again, thanks very much for the update, and you are doing extremely well. You know, to inform the Liberian people when it's come to today, who we are following and following them carefully how they are playing their game. When you come to comparison, it's very far, man, because when President we took over, there were all kind of challenges. That is clear fight. But the ability to challenge those challenges is what we are not seeing happening. In fact, when the citizens are complaining on the prices on the market, the people will come and play from all of us. So that is a big difference. Look at the real president. We have to over. The sea escalation already was happening. But what did he do? He was able to encourage us that I'm working on it to bring it down. And he brought it down. He left it at a considerable level when he was leaving the presidency. Even how much at the time still world market respect very high on the world market. You will hear happening. You get in a vehicle and go out to several warehouses across the bridge. Oh, he's less busy. That's why he's going to the warehouses and all the kind of stuff. Did you see happening in Braga government? No. When we talk about it, they made mockery at us. See what he did after constituting the so-called committee to tell him what causing the high prices in the country, putting the fire president over it. The last time we checked, he took 40 plus human beings with him to Japan where the return were deep in time. So these are all things that they are doing to us that you cannot imagine developmentally. No, he's not near there. All you're going to do here, steel projects, 6 years can be completed. So we will be here revolving instead of moving forward. We just revolving and talk. But one day, you will see what will happen.
That day will soon come. Good evening to you. Let's hear you. Hello, you are live. Go ahead.
Yeah, I beg you, thank
you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's talk to somebody else. Okay, this person, let's hear you. Good evening to you. Please go ahead. You laugh. Let's hear you. To community, go ahead.
I want to have a movie where to crack down either. Is there also who really did it for what be or for me? I said, Joey out. Well, boy, you die and say, Joey, I do nothing. I said, yeah. Are they ungrateful people in there? Sometimes we're talking about we are being that we have vision for the country, some program, but we're getting there. Yeah, probably going power whole day going. Yeah, there's nothing to get yeah. In order for 2020 in the country, you don't even get time for it. But then you go ahead, you follow with it. 2020 not coming. Thank you for the show.
Thank you very much. Man Sisi, let's hear you. Man Sisi, go ahead. Wait, let me put you on speaker. I'm okay.
Yes. Okay, thank you for the show. I want to tell you useless Mo Ali. Let me check him up.
What?
You're making me angry on the whole thing, about the whole stuff. You're making me angry. Let me know where you let the red shoe. I've been let on a tractor. I want to talk about we are.
But we're not discussing Mo Ali today.
No, but the thing you said about the project, what see what he.
Masisi, don't talk to my friend now. Don't talk to my friend now. I told you the man of my friend. Don't talk to my friend now. I will call my show and talk to my friend now. I will talk to your friend now too.
Oh, who my friend said that? My friend job here. What did you talk about job here? Boy, no, you shut up, man.
Ambassador Masisi, go ahead. Let's hear you.
You will call me over. I don't care about that. I will tell you, you're useless. Let you shut them off. You talk about project here, about project? No, we won't project.
The last time I hosted Mo on the show, Mo told you to call him for you to be friends.
Well, so what is the one you gave me?
But you didn't ask me for the number.
Oh, when you were on the shift, give me the number. You are serious person. Give me the number. So, why you told me? Why you not saying no? You expect a massive whole thing. You didn't come because you know I was dressing. You can't tell. You know that.
The man said you're coming Claratown to do assessment of your water in Claratown to make sure you get water.
He said you are coming here, okay, the family. He said you are coming to make follow up. He wants to make follow up.
General.
He said you are lying, the very lie. How you are lying people?
General.
We just let me power.
General. Ambassador.
Don't press me on the show. No, don't do that.
You not general again?
Don't do that because when you come to I need to call me up. Can we care for that?
Don't waste your time. Not even cutting you off the law.
The problem. I want to talk about pastor. Customer get no project. Are you killing me? Are you killing me in this country? It was set a seal up. It was set a seal up. Can't talk about there was no play for we are. So what you sound at?
I can't call more. Wait, I can't call more to respond to you.
You can call him, but I will respond to him. I want to listen to him. Let's go out here and the president outside there.
Baku.
Yeah, I show back. And I didn't know what you put on that walk up. I didn't wait to the park. I put my shop up for it. I put my shop at that. So I want to wait for him. But I don't know. I don't want to wait for what you can laugh. You know what I'm saying? For the liars. What a truth you don't put it them my son. Don't let the police got a good friend. They will deny you for that to be my son. For more than friendship. But it's a liar. Don't be friends with bad friends here.
Tell you more. Just go ahead and make your point because
okay, I'll go ahead.
Where I begin first, also politics, also government.
All right, yeah. I need two of you. So when they call me, they send me about calling.
Okay.
You know you can call me.
Okay.
Just the issue about the whole thing you're talking about.
Oh, you be here?
They'll call you before that is that on a worker. People are crying. No, you poor saying also for who said here will be your listening to you. The police listen to us. Now you have reached your point. That's why you made it.
You hear some play on you? Is that credit for you? Hey, that credit finish. The call just pause. Okay, let's go.
We tired with the promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why does you lie? Why does you steal? Why does you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you. That's why we voted you. But you screw us, you use us and little abuse us. So why?
Okay, that's how we have to go home tonight. Obviously, it was nice being here. We started the show a little bit due to electricity problem. But it's good we're back. We're back. And at least we achieved a lot tonight. We shall be back here tomorrow, Wednesday, by God's grace. And if you did not hear or you may not have heard the audio recording involving the DA boss, the deputy, and a subordinate officer instructing him to release his daughter after she was caught with jock, we shall spend some time on that recording tomorrow. There's something big happening in the executive mansion that I think you need to know. We shall break that news tomorrow as well. Big thing happening in the executive mansion. The man almost two blue all day.
Your vision and your mission, your intent.
2 women cause each other. 2 women cause each other, let each other go in executive mansion.
Why?
Then 2 men they almost two blow. You see, tell me that nonsense will put your hair on you. We're in executive mansion. Tomorrow will be juicy. Oh my word. Thank you, man. Thank you. We have to go. Thanks to all of you for viewing. Thanks to all of you for listening and following the show. We shall be back here tomorrow by God's grace. Until then, do have yourselves pleasant moments in your respective areas. My name is Austin Kawai. Bye for tonight.